tell us something new. You could tell he's lying cause his lips move. You could tell he's lying cause his lips move. It must be nice to be the reason his work it ain't so bleak. That must be what motivates you. And that must be what motivates you. All he needs is to see you smiling. And what you light up is so weak. Imagine the kind of things he'd do to you if there weren't so many cameras. And you're keeping a dark secret, but you're talking in your sleep. Totally banned from the kitchen, citing workplace health concerns, but they wouldn't tip you if it.
Hi, chat. Hi, chat. I went to go pick up my phone and I realized my phone's charging. Uh-oh. Anyways, I'm not as tired as I usually am. That's because I just chugged a whole bunch of coffee. That's all. How are you doing today? How are you doing today?
She's waiting for you. Glass of wine after a long day. She dry your eyes on serviette tray. Dry your eyes on serviette tray. Fall asleep in her dad's Ford Mondeo that you stole from him yesterday. You look so cute when you're so angry. If I'm going down, you're coming with me. And you think that it gets better. Just you wait until next week. You're keeping a dark secret, but you're talking in your sleep.
Hi, chat. I just realized it's not on shuffle. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I can leave my music on because Stanley Parable doesn't have background music as far as I'm aware. I remembered that. So it does matter, actually. Passion that comes with living. I have nothing else to say. If you're going to comment on the siren makeup, you're already too late. I've already posted about it online. It's in the title. That's all. This is technically a sneak peek, this makeup. But that's all. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I like how it turned out. It didn't turn out bad, but it didn't turn out great. I'm gonna fix this eyebrow the next time I do it. I'm gonna have rigid collodion so the scars look better. That's all I have to say on it. But let's get into Stanley Parable. Don't miss you is the thought of what we were. There's a part where I shut up. You infect my. Oh, god damn it, I have to do this shit again. Disease. This is weird because this is the exact time that I entered last time. Wait, hold on a second. I've played the game before. I just commented on that. Last time you also said the time was like I commented on that. I said that already. I already brought that up. How is that even possible? I don't fucking know. Maybe it's because every single time that I start my stream, I start with an approximately 4-minute song, and then I do an approximately 2-minute intro. Maybe that's why it's possible. probably incorrect. I don't know. Listen, I started my stream at the same time yesterday. I do an approximately 4-minute long song, and then I do an approximately 2-minute long intro, sometimes even shorter. Either you're messing with me or this is an incredible coincidence. This is an incredible coincidence. It's 7:06, the exact moment in the day you decided it's time to play video games. Yes, apparently. 6:07 time. Woo! Video game time! Specifically the time at which you like to play Stanley Parable. Regardless of specifics, it's an incredible example of effective scheduling, I guess. I can't sing. Excuse me, it's getting a little lost in the weeds here. Go on, just play the game already. Oh my god. I'm looking forward to seeing you again at 7:06 p.m. Please come back soon. I'm gonna stream earlier tomorrow, just so that I can come back to this game at 7:06. Just to see if I get an achievement. I'm not even gonna do that for stream. I'm gonna stream earlier tomorrow just to be able to play Stanley Parable at 7:06 my time.
This is the story of a man named
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, come on. I should be able to do this. I should be able to do this. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, oh, yes, yes. Let me out. Let me out.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
I'm gonna do
What
it.
if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh,
You
and
underestimate me.
perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
No, you're right
So,
the first time.
What do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
Can you shut up so I can go do
You
the...
are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other
there's a
option
window.
is really miserable
Let me up.
to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever.
I pulled up a,
Cheers.
I pulled up a guide. I pulled up a guide just to see if I can't, get every single ending. Or, like, as close to every single ending as possible. Do I have to restart the game? Do I have to restart the game, or is he gonna reset me? And one of them talked about going out a window, so I was like, fuck it, I want to do that.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-worker.
I got out here in record time.
Until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
No.
So, now that you're here, what do you think?
I think I want to pick the other option. No, it's not.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Student.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
No, thank you. I want to hear your. I want to hear your.
You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game.
I just listening to you.
Just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, bold of you to assume that I'm not just going to tune.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them. Like
it's a lighter. I'm supposed to be holding a lighter.
He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite.
Try me, I'm more. No, exactly.
And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Okay.
You too will become.
Y'all want to see the new wig that I got for Loop? I was talking about it yesterday. I had to double check to make sure my address wasn't anywhere on here, even though I know for a fact that it isn't. New wig. Woo. I'm probably gonna brush it out a little bit just to like make the curls just a touch less prominent. Just a touch less prominent. In fact, I think finger combing is doing just exactly what I want to. But yeah. I need to restyle Taco's wig because it's been a hot minute and I have some new ideas from. The thing is I need to restyle Taco's wig for like his standard look, but also I need to style it into his beach look, because the last time I did Taco's beach look, I had the very first wig that I ever had for Taco, and now I have a different wig, so I need to do a beach look with that one, and I'm not just letting that hair down. That wig is so long, I'm not walking around with that long of hair all day, like, no. So I'm probably going to try to do a little bit like an updo, kind of, maybe, and if I can't do that, I'm going to try to do some funky braids. I might do, like, twin tails, maybe. We'll see. Are you done yet? I can keep talking. I have a million things I can pick up on my desk to entertain chat with. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Okay.
All of this
Have I...
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Have I actually played the game properly yet?
When Stanley came to
I don't think I have. So we're going to do that real quick.
On his left.
Because I think I kept getting sidetracked and going, oh, I can disobey in this way, and then I would disobey in that way.
In a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might.
Because I think I went downstairs last time.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Or I saw that I could, and I said, skirt. Oh, no, maybe I have done this. No, because I got all the way here. I got all the way here and I decided to do the
Stepping
escape
into
instead
his
of mind
manager's
control.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping
What was
from
it?
him.
Tell me what it
And
was,
so
'cause
the
I don't
boss had
remember.
assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons.
No, I just waited for you.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Because I think I went here and then there was two options. There was escape or there was mind control. And I was said, oh, fuck it. Like, let's just go through the escape route.
Descending deeper into the building.
This isn't, apparently this isn't even like the new content. This is all just like the old game.
Chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, I did.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
Can
television
I?
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What did I do?
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development.
Okay.
And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it.
Okay.
And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So, here you go. New content. You can call it the
Bottom of the mind control and ending.
If that enhances your perception of the value of these updates, isn't that what you crave? New content?
Maybe.
Always more content, more, more.
I
I'm here to give it to you.
didn't even know about
I'm here to make it
this.
seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the
I
game.
didn't even know about that. I just saw another spot that I could jump off of and said I want to jump off of it.
Just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the
I didn't even know about that. I just saw another thing that I could jump off of and decided to jump off of it.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now
I'm gonna play a
it's
game
an
how I'm supposed to.
ending.
Also, oh, another opportunity. Look, I didn't know that this existed when I said that I was gonna play the game that I was supposed to.
Don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
I didn't know that this option existed when I said that. I didn't know the full of my options.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Oh my god. Is that action and ending?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, now we'll do
Stanley
it. Now we'll
came
do
to a
it.
set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming
What
to
is
the
it,
staircase,
28
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Was it 2845? 2835?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
No.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
I know.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Fine, but I said yes right into this game. Probably. Probably.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I'm surprised I memorized the code. I wish I could sprint.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door. that
Yep,
read
I know.
Mind control
Yes.
facility.
Uh-huh. And this time I'm not gonna jump.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
What horrible secret does this place hold? Is that my Spotify? Yeah, it's my Spotify. For a second, I thought that the music playing was part of the game, and I was like, is this boss fight music? Eh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
I could.
The lives of so many individuals
I won't.
reduced in images
Oh,
on
why is that one
screen.
red?
And Stanley,
Oh, why is that one red?
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Box.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Yeah,
Was
probably.
this the only
Ooh.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
Pirate?
else's control? Never. It
Pirate?
was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is it a Discord sound?
And when at last he found...
When at last he found true.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command, Freedom was mere moments away.
That doesn't sound
Even
right.
as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-worker
I don't
been?
care.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I also don't care.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Eh.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Exactly.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I can't yet.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before
Okay.
him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Sure.
And Stanley was happy.
Is he? I got an achievement. So it just says beat the game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I don't... What the
What
fuck?
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Chat. Do we go back and play... No.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I was gonna say, should we go back and do the other button? But nah, it's fine. Can I jump off of this? Can I get off of
Hello,
this?
and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
This is giving me major Portal
Commercial
vibes.
success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
More
delighting
game.
audiences the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator.
Brick wall, gotcha, yep.
Yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning
Log
of
card,
a
beep, 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 beep.
mesmerizing adventure.
Are we moving?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we...
Imagine it just drops
should
me
we
out
be
from the
moving
bottom.
somewhere
Just
or-
doom.
Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
No.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh my god, it finally jumped. If I can... Oh, I can only jump inside of the circle. I can only jump inside of the circle. I hate that it's in the controls and then like... I'm gonna break my fucking space bar. That was fun. I was finally able to use my space
Sure,
bar.
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. another elevator.
Yep.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
Doesn't matter, I'm the
It's
one playing
just
it.
elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Yes.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary.
No,
There's
thank
20
you.
hours of new content right there.
I don't think it'll take
I
20
could count to
hours.
30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
No, thank you.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Okay. Thank you for enjoying
That's
the new
it?
content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
That kind of
It's my
sounds...
fault, Stanley.
That
I've built
kind
up
of
too
sounds
much
targeted
anticipation
at
around
a
the content,
certain
I'm afraid.
game about
We could never live up to
animatronics.
such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills. No
That kind of
beats.
sounds targeted.
You and me having a great time together like always.
Sounds targeted at like a certain game about animatronics. Oh, I didn't do that. There's the old office.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
But I
want to show you something.
can't even, I can't like crouch or anything. No, thank you.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you?
No.
Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Is this
Feeling
just
away
okay? Did I reset it?
Stanley decided to go up to his
I might have
boss's
reset
office.
it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Should I have gone? I probably should have gone in the
Okay, I
vent.
think we all know the drill by now. Blah blah.
Oh my
blah,
God, that
blah.
would make
Secrets
me-
The keypad. Stanley pushes
Oh.
some buttons. Oh hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
If I go into the vent, that would have made me the imposter, and I don't want to be the imposter.
Stanley walked straight ahead.
Don't want
to
it-
the
yeah,
large door that
exactly.
read Mind control facility.
This time I'll click the on button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I already know, bud.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Uh-huh.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Bonk. Oh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Do, do, do,
Had Stanley
do,
really
do,
been
do,
under
do,
someone's
do,
control
do,
all
do,
this
do,
time?
do, do,
Was this
do,
the only reason
do,
he was happy with his
do,
boring job? that his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Oh, Stanley. You didn't
Yes.
just activate the controls, did you?
Should I not
It
have?
kept you enslaved all these years. You go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort. Really
It looks like I can
but
jump
you need
right
to
there.
Understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Okay.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Okay.
eliminating the entire complex. How
Sounds
long until
great.
Detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Oh, can we make that
Now
like,
this is making
shorter?
things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
I want to reopen the
You are
new
star. It's your story
thing.
now.
Can we make it a little bit
Shape
shorter?
to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Could we speed it up a little bit? I want to get back to the new content.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
No, I don't
A
really
moment
care.
of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say,
That's
though,
fun.
this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Oh well.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Yeah, totally.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why?
No, stop it.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I think you should
What's
let
the
me
matter,
die.
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
I don't really
Did you
care.
just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
I just like the way they
Numbered
sound.
buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any
I just like the
idea
way the
what your
buttons
purpose
sound.
in this place is?
I don't really care.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
Ooh,
But here's a spoiler for
orange.
you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds
green.
ticking away to your death.
Blue.
You're only still playing instead of watching
Red.
a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see
Red.
you made humble.
Green.
This is not a challenge. It's a
Blue.
tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Blue.
I'm going to destroy
Red.
it first, so you can't.
No, I wanted to play with this more.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have
Oh,
left to
okay.
struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Okay.
No ending here. just you being blown to pieces.
Can I still play with the
When you
buttons?
cling desperately to your frail life.
Oh, trust me, I don't care.
Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the
It's getting
moment
really
I
hard to
begin
press shit.
until the moment I say, happily ever after.
A flash warning would have been nice. New content. In as we go.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Whee! When Stanley is sus.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past
Whee!
and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
I look
Just
sick
our
as shit.
little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences
That's weird.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game
No.
originally launched? Back
I was
then,
like 13, my
video
dude.
games had integrity.
I didn't play.
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Don't play. Yeah, there's one that's don't play for 5 years. Can I just like walk down here? I can't. The fuck's happening, man?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It
Sure.
was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
Wasn't it
Now,
also
It's
Minecraft?
nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, I didn't see an hour of that content. I just saw a little bit of it.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most
Oh,
enjoyable,
shit.
surprising,
Damn it, I
and
wanted to go back.
rewarding choices I've
Gonna go
ever been
down.
confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley?
Go down
The
instead of
game
coming up
was
over here.
perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
My dude. My dude. Buddy.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
I mean, technically the game still exists.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam.
The online video game distributor.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Probably not. Not recommended. Cannot be bothered to play this game fully.
The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to
Why
make
is this
a serious
moving?
work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that
Is
I can't
it?
even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I've got funny jokes. What's this one say? I can't read it.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather
Terse?
terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear,
Sure.
what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Good.
Like I let these people down.
Probably did.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling
That's this
as
one.
I always... What's this one got to say?
I say
You constantly have to stop doing anything, so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations
Same,
of what's
actually.
happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button?
Yeah, same.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
Okay.
a skip button we shall have.
Driving back and I've seen how this is a bit more my style. Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button.
Again.
The minute I start
Again.
to go off on a thoughtless
Again.
display of self-absorption, it's...
Again.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say
Again.
that the amount of time the button has been skipping through
Again.
is becoming longer and longer. That last
Again.
Well, I want to say
Again.
30, 45... Stanley!
More.
Stanley, please don't push the button.
I don't care.
It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there.
Great.
Why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh, the
You're back.
plant died.
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to.
Talk to yourself.
Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Okay.
Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you.
No, it's not. I'm skipping ahead again.
I have had time to think about you and about...
Can we skip? Is the narrator dead? Can I leave? No, there it is.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak
Was
to
it?
the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned. They screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said,
I don't care. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
The end is never 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 the end.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Is never the end.
Other way this time. Wee. Oh. Wow. R.I.P. this little room, eh? Bing. Oh, look, sunlight. Oh, look, stuff is growing. That tree got its little redemption arc. Oh shit, stuff's dead again. Damn it. Oh. Is the texture glitching in and out? That's normal. Oh, yeah. R.I.P. the pretty flowers. That texture is glitching in and out. Oh, we're sideways now. Is it still working? Will it pop up again? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. Ah, I should have popped up by now. Oh well. Where are we? Where are we? This is giving me Lone Sails vibe. It's very loud. Please tell me if it's too loud for y'all. Because it's kind of really loud for me. Seems fine? Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna keep walking then to Oblivion. I'm gonna keep that behind me as I'm... Oh. Okay.
All of his co-workers...
Interesting.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I did.
I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. Chat, I'm hungry. Chat, should I order food? Chat, what should I order for food? Chat, what should I order for food? Pasta? I don't know if I want pasta. I don't know if any good places that deliver pasta.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable.
Shh. Shut up. I'm gonna lower your... Oh, poggers. Oh, why is it themed in red?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
This I like.
Is what
Instead of
fans have
427,
truly been
it's like,
asking
I like
for.
that being highlighted. That's kind of cool.
calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
Is this?
Future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Is this re-release a way to announce the fact that they are going to make a Stanley Parable 2? Is that what they're trying to do here?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
No, developing a game is a pain in the ass. Especially if you have to code shit. That's cool. I like that.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. Hear your name in the game. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it when games say your, like, name.
For
Or,
the
like,
Stanley
read your
Parable
computer
2, I
data.
asked myself, what do players really
I don't like that.
And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
This better not be right.
Wonderful. Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now,
Good.
the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand.
What do
the
you mean
impact of
roleplay
this
as
button.
Jim? I
Otherwise,
am Jim.
It's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again. And
See,
this
I
time,
even
let
looked
me
into
finish
the,
first.
camera.
Now, allow yourself to become
Okay.
Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
My cult?
Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
My name's
If
Jim.
so, then
Hi,
please
welcome back to my
step forward
Twitch
and press the
stream.
button. Jim.
Whoa, what the fuck? My name's in the game?
Yes, you see, what a thrill, what a rush.
That's
That was
so
you.
weird. What the hell?
Button described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I'm trying to order food. They had to step out. They had to step out to go take care of. They had to step out to go order food. They had to step out to go order some food. So I'm gonna take over real quick while they're ordering. I think right now they're trying to look for mashed potatoes, but they can't find mashed potatoes on this like little menu that they're looking at. It's kind of really sad because I know they have.
Many people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Ooh, and what's this? No screenshots. Merch? What was I doing? Let's go here. Let's go here. Infinite hole. It won't end. Can't believe it's that symbol. Wait, it's yeah, it's achievement. Oh, this is this is going too far. The jump circle. This isn't new content. This is old content repurposed.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, cunt. Huh. Let's go look at the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered
Where's
a
the
chaotic
bucket?
sense of reckless despair in those who played it.
Where's
Well,
the bucket?
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley
Oh, can I have
Parable
that?
will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
Can I have it?
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yoink. Thank you.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket...
No, I think that's a siren makeup that I have on.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Sorry, I'm like literally in the middle of ordering food.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Have we been through
That
here?
really okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on
Ooh.
this one. I think that in the new version...
Get well
the
someday.
office could
Happy
use a bit of
12th birthday,
decoration,
step-niece.
like balloons. But I'm undecided on get well someday and happy 12th birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Oh, did you not
Happy 12th
actually?
birthday, step-niece it is.
Oh, you're rude. Should have gone with mine.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Rude. I really want mashed potatoes. Yes.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Yeah, I was like the hole, right? How am I missing so much of the game just because I keep looking down to order?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a You see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions.
Do I want pancakes?
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No, I'm gonna keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum.
No, thank you. I'm ordering food.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Maybe I am. I actually really like falling in video games.
Infinitely. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I continuously
Things got a little heated
will
there.
find like the
Let's
top
set some things we
high,
can
like
do.
the highest point in a video game just to
Just
jump
put
off of
all
it.
this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite. If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Hold on, I'm ordering food. Can you... I'm quite content at this bottom of the hole, so... What do you mean delivery isn't available to this address? I've had it delivered before. Oh, is it gonna... Is it really gonna make me input everything again? Just because I switched it over to delivery? Piece. Fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it's fine. We're gonna chill out over here. At the bottom of this hole. Well, I quickly reorder my food. And just order my dad some food, I guess. Because I suppose I should. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Fuck. I want that. I'm ordering Denny's. Did I already say that, chat? I'm ordering Denny's because I really want their mashed potatoes. How long do I have to wait at the bottom of this hole for something to happen? Or am I stupid? Am I being stupid? And is anything going to actually happen at the bottom of this hole? Is anything going to actually happen at the bottom of this hole, or am I being stupid? We'll stay at the bottom of the hole until I'm done ordering my food. You don't think so as in you don't think anything happens, or you don't think so as in I'm being stupid? Or you don't think I'm being stupid? It feels like it's accurate to the Stanley Parable to put something at the bottom of this hole and like make an achievement for me to stay down here. Oh, no, no, no. No, I'll keep that. Yeah, at least we have the bucket to keep us company. I conveniently had my credit card right here. I'm gonna try very hard not to read this out as I type it in, because I typically read things out as I write things in. And that would be very bad to do on stream. Emotional support bucket. Yeah, it's the emotional support bucket.
Great. Now, I'm very excited. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even
Did it?
shorter
I don't
to you
know.
this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit
Sure.
the teleport button and come join me up above.
Oh, there's stuff at the bottom of it now.
Had enough? I'm
Whee!
thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Oh yeah, it's much shorter this time.
Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
I think this
suspect
is
that I'm
fun.
starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley,
It's
I
shrinking.
have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
It really doesn't.
Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move
The
on.
teleport button. No, it's not working.
Teleport button not working?
Teleport.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye,
Oh,
Stanley.
bye.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Okay.
You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Okay.
Take care, Stanley.
Bye-bye.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of the day.
We will, thank you. Am I gonna, like, drop? Oh. Okay. It should have just dropped out from underneath me. I think that would have been more fun. Change your perspective. Fun. Okay. Oh, that's fun. That's kind of fun. Oh, puppies. Puppies eating.
Stronger. Now you're no longer.
Space. Hey, it's my brand. This is also kind of my brand. I'm a robot. That's cool. I like that. That's funny. That's kind of weird. That's also kind of weird. That one's also kind of weird. Oh, I'm an error sign. That's pretty accurate. Error.
Stanley?
Shut up, I'm having fun.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
I was having fun.
Have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
I was having
Wouldn't miss
fun.
A single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
The fuck do you mean Toodle Pip? I was having fun.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Have I gone to the collectibles thing? No, it's blocked off. My bucket! Oh, it's still there.
Now it's a real video game.
I was
In the
so
Stanley
distraught about my
Parable,
bucket.
You'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. Okay. Do I actually
It really
need to
is
do
the
that?
worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Do I actually need to find 6 of those motherfuckers? I'll do it. Have we been everywhere we need to be? Have we gone through here?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
An
Yes,
epilogue?
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Up we go. Settings. Do I need to like maybe change something? Huh, interesting, okay. What the fuck do I do, man? Have I been there? Have I been through there? Yeah, I have been.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on. Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
God damn it. That's the Bucky. I've already gotten the bucket. I don't think there's anything else there. Can I leave? Is the door open? No. I've already gone through here. This is the way up to, yeah. Where the fuck do I go, man? Have I gone through here? Yes, I have. I'm gonna go back to my hole. No. Let me in. It refuses to let me back into the infinite hole. Where the fuck do I go, man? What do I do? Where do I go? Where the fuck do I do? Where do I go here? What the fuck do I do? Okay. For the record, chat, I know this time. Oh. I know that like 95% of the time.
This brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped
I'll like look it up and then I'll like do the thing right away. That genuinely wasn't me looking up something and then quitting because I knew something was gonna happen. I just quit because I didn't know what else to fucking do. I just realized that if they can't make it in the gate, then I need to go downstairs and I need to let them in the gate, and then I'm gonna have siren makeup on, which isn't a problem, but I just realized it's gonna happen. It can happen unless they make it inside.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Knock
and
on
about
wood.
how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Perfect. Great. Give me my bucket back. I lost it.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts,
Bucket.
that surely the game will sort of
Bucket.
naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Bucket.
That it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental
Give me the
problem of
bucket.
game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the
Give it.
a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind. And
Give me it.
heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long
Give it!
for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yoink. Thank you.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an
let me
air
out.
of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has
Bucket.
made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
We'll run
Does
by
anyone give out
the...
awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
No clue, man. No clue. That's weird. I don't like that. That's weird. That's weird.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
This
Infinite
time we'll
fall.
jump,
You can fall
and then
until the
we'll
end of time
teleport
if
back
you
up and
want.
leave
A
when he
stunning
tells
leap
us
forward
to.
for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Where do I go? Like, what do I do? Is there like is there like a door that I'm missing or something? Is he facing backwards now? Does he spin? He spins. What do I do here? I feel like I've been through all of these doors. Oop, move. It's the button, yeah.
For the
Oh
Stanley
fuck!
Parable
God damn it!
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be.
I didn't realize it was gonna lock the door behind me.
And validated as people. So with that in mind, sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game,
I didn't realize I was
this
gonna
button will
lock it
say
behind me
your
immediately.
name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim.
Alright, I won't cut him off this
to
time.
Simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Okay, I think I found it. I think I found how to get out of here.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Where
I
is
suppose
it?
I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe.
Exit. Yes, here we go.
But the Stanley Parable
Loud car, beep, 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 beep,
is an
beep.
artistic statement. All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Can I jump down here?
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's
Can I jump down there?
definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
I just got a notification that
Yes,
somebody's
this is
approaching with my
much
order.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features in.
No, that'll be boring. I hate when
With
games
respect,
do that.
With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead.
What you doing? What you
Take
fixing?
a look.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, this is freaky. Oh, this is wild.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Where's my bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket.
Perhaps he had simply... Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Yes.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Uh-huh.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Yep.
Was this better than... No, never mind. The bucket was...
No, it
wrong.
wasn't.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I didn't want to actually die.
Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the
Can I
top.
get over
There's
there?
something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Hold
It
on.
should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
This is new. Never been down here before.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past
Fuck
this
this.
point.
Fuck it.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent.
2 seconds, chat. I'm gonna go grab my food. Hang out with, jam out. Jam out.
Terrified. One day I know that you will be there. One day I'll focus on the future. Maybe one day, oh baby, isn't life so fucking inconsistent? One day I know that you will be there. One day I'll focus on the future. Maybe one day, oh baby, isn't life so fucking inconsistent? Woo! Cause I know that one day I know that you will be there. One day I'll focus on the future. Maybe one day, oh baby, isn't life so fucking inconsistent? One day I know that you will be there. One day I'll focus on the future. Maybe one day, oh baby, isn't life so fucking inconsistent?
I'm back, chat. I'm back. Hold on.
On your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Sure.
Please, step in here for a moment.
The whipped cream is so melted, that's sad. Step in here. Is this a bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios.
Okay.
And you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simply enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Probably not.
Incorrect.
Oh,
This is
ouch.
a
I hit my laptop.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely
It's a bucket.
incredible.
It's a bucket.
Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket.
Yes, exactly.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Question. Both. Gotcha.
Well, fuck, man. Give me a button for that shit.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be
LML
around here
loser?
somewhere.
Oh, loser.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless...
Yes, it
Is that
is.
what you think?
Uh-huh.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Even
I've
I'm a
lost all
bucket.
sense of
I'm a
perspective.
bucket.
What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments
Chat.
ago I could answer the...
Chat. It's time. It's time for me to be just open and honest with you guys. And this isn't easy for me to say. I've been kind of like sitting on this for a very long time, and I was really unsure on whether or not I was going to be open and public about this. But I trust my community, and I really think that it's important for me to be honest with you guys. So I'm just gonna say it. I'm a bucket, and I know that that's probably gonna make some of you stop watching me, and I really hope that this doesn't affect your view on my content whatsoever. I just wanted to be open and honest with you guys. You know, I'm a bucket. Sorry, my phone vibrated and it ruined the entire Momo thing. Okay, whatever. That was all.
These questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
I am.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all
No!
from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here.
But I
You're
am
not a bucket
yes, I
either.
am.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that
Okay.
information might do to a person.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So everything's a bucket, huh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Yep.
be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned
Psych,
out
just
to be
kidding.
correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
This
said the
time we
bucket.
won't jump off of
Don't
this
go
thing.
to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
We'll go
The
up there.
cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, I want that. Wait. I saw a collectible. Oh, what? Why is everything different?
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No.
Why was the bucket
Never
closer
mind.
than before?
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
You found
Hell
it.
yeah.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all
I
of
don't
these,
care, I just want
only
them all.
the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Great.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried.
Oh, funny.
So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
It's gonna take me. Oh, okay. Where am I?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Funny.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up.
Interesting.
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same.
Is this the new Generation Lost trailer?
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
This is totally Generation Lost.
I can monetize it.
Sure. Now you're thinking like a content creator.
Unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket.
Totally, bud,
I
totally.
have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be...
Sorry, chat. I typically try not to eat during streams, but
that?
I'm hella fucking hungry
Who's
right
that?
now. The fuck am I listening to? Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this
Yeah, it
Stanley's
is.
office?
Uh-huh.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
So we need to go through here
Stanley
again.
clutched the bucket
And then
tightly
this time we're
to-
actually going
This
to take
was
the
not
lift.
correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to
Up
the
we
meeting
go.
room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Alright, we're going to
Now
go all the way
ride the
through.
lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Mm-hmm.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
And where do we go?
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
No, but you
Buckets
are.
can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Sure.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your
Political enemies.
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Maybe.
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Oh, great.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle.
Can guarantee you I've never told a joke like that.
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary.
Okay.
When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Sure. Great.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12
what is this propaganda?
Our very existence, and a very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery.
Gotcha.
Come along, let's head back.
For sure. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Baby gate this time.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
Oh, it's gone.
The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke? Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Totally. Alright, here we are. Ready?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
The fuck?
What? We're back at the phone already?
No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back.
No, not again.
Instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already?
Yeah.
No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Uh-oh.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay, I think it's just gonna be a loop now.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley.
Oh, 100%.
I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from
Where'd
now
I go?
on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions... Yes.
That's a little funny. I like that one.
I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not... Is it the delivery? Pale with shame? Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
Oh, totally.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
There will be rewards after finding them. How do we find them? Bottom text. Wouldn't you like to know? Oh! I've never had a door actually open for me before.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can
No!
feel that, can't you?
Fuck you, it's my
The aura
bucket.
Of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over.
No.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
I guess.
Stanley, I never liked this broom
Can I
closet
close the
for
door?
a variety of reasons. But even this is worse than I had imagined.
Hey, chat. I'm back in the closet.
Now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends, that your relationship is purely superficial and convenient, that your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path
No.
in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell
Fuck
the
you.
broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Suck a dick.
Expand on the wide variety of experiences
You're an asshole.
you and the bucket have shared together.
We're
Go through
totally
each of them
friends.
Point by point. Share
We've,
your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings.
I love this
They
bucket.
have changed and evolved over the years.
This bucket is great.
Have it.
Bucket. Yeah.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There.
I have a sticker.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet.
Get
with all
fucked.
Your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yoink.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley things? Or what about Stanlerines?
That's kind of cool.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked.
Oh, no, now I'm
The
talking
bucket
to it.
returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would
My
come from this.
bucket!
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
Yeah.
Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket.
Where's my
he
bucket?
had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Am I really a bucket?
Painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a
Woman named Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
I don't have my bucket.
This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion.
Free
It's
will
all
is
just a
an illusion.
video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Backflipped. Can I turn off my own computer?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Okay. So we've dissipated and gone through
Stanley
there.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I mean, I think we did everything to go through that way. I think. I don't know. Let's...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go upstairs.
Okay, I'm going back
Hell
to
yeah.
the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Money in the morning, money in the evening. Wow.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Totally.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
You know what I think I realized? I think I fucked up because there was one where we can go through the right door, then go on another little elevator.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
I don't know I can go back
Stanley
up.
said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. bucket said nothing.
The bucket said nothing. Sorry, I'm looking at a new screenshot of the Taz graphic novel.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Just bonk, bonk, bonk. I want to back up.
No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket
said nothing. Look, look, look. I just want to go bonk, 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 bonk again, okay?
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence.
Totally.
Crushed by a wave of dejection. Stanley
I'm already in
returned
here.
to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator.
Ruminate.
He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Yeah, probably. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna keep going up and down.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold
a press conference
where he would speak to the
wow.
public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
All about the importance of number 3, totally. This is new.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Stage door. World peace, baby. Material girl! Hi, Soul. Tonight on stage. Okay, let's go. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One
Remember where you
opportunity
came
to
from,
share
your
a true
coworkers.
connection with a loved one.
Okay.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk.
I really
want
wanna jump off the catwalk.
To press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Oh, I can't even jump off. I went to go haha and then I was gonna jump, but is that an ending? What was that? The bucket did not react, something I thought.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, this time we're just gonna go to the office and we're just gonna go through like normal. We're just gonna go through like normal.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh. I didn't know I could... That poor panda. I like how I keep saying we're gonna do normal things and then I like find a new way to go and I said, eh. How long is this fucking elevator, man? Would it have been the same if I had chosen to go up? Do I need to like press a button again? So glad that was closed. I'm assuming it's just like a little Easter egg or something. Okay. Oh. Okay, hold on. I haven't found all the computers that do that yet.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by
Sheer luck.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Totally. Why is this so hard to, like, stab? Jesus.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Alright. This is gonna be the last ending we do. What do you guys want to do, chat? Chat, what do you guys want to do? Mind Control Facility or Escape? What do y'all want to do? Alright, bet.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Poggers.
The door behind them was not shut.
No.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nobody chose this way.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into
Yes.
a very painful death for each of them.
Whee! You know that, as long as I got my suit and tie, it's that, but as long as I got my metal
As the
bucket.
machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
I'm kind of sad about that. My poor bucket, man. Oh! What? Please, I'm trying to eat my pancakes.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
My poor bucket.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that
I want it. Can I have it?
is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life? No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket. But But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be
totally.
crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
The music is perfect. The music was perfect for that. Alright, well. That's gonna be it, chat. I don't want to end that song. That's gonna be it, chat. I'm very tired, but I cannot go to sleep yet. One, obviously, because I have a fuck ton of makeup on my face. But two, also, because I need to do my stupid little stretches for my stupid little mental health. That doesn't really fucking help, but I mean, I'm gonna do it anyways. As always, chat, remember, drink some water, eat some snacks, stretch, remember, super valid. Tomorrow we're playing a spooky game. Alright, bye, chat. Bye, chat.